Look at that. Look at that.
Look at it! Look at it!
Everything works on the tag, or on the gauge cluster, I mean. Look at that. Good morning, guys. So today is going to be a little lengthy video, but fully detailed, because this is probably one of the only videos ever online to show like in details about the R34 making all the gauge cluster work. Kendrick will give full detail of it. Good day, Claude. What you eating?
Yo, some strongman food.
We're hoping today to make Tony's cluster, his speedo, and his tachometer work in the Skyline. So we got a Dakota Digital box for the speedo, and we're hoping that we could just take the tach wire from the 1JZ and run it over to the cluster, and it's gonna work because they're both 6 cylinders. So we're hoping that it's gonna work like that. So we're gonna start with trying to figure out the signal wire for the tach, and then the speedometer. Gotta get the signal wire for both those. I already jumped the gun and started taking apart the whole bottom here, so I could pull the cluster out and find out which one does what. The bottom piece comes off with 1 bolt on the left side, and then 2 bolts on the right side that hold the hood latch, little pull handle. Undo that, and then it just pulls forward and it comes out. Now I'm gonna take off the 4 bolts on the bottom here that hold this little column cover on. Pop that off, then it allows us to take off 2 bolts here, pop off this little bezel, and then we're gonna a few more bolts and we'll pull out the cluster. I'd be very careful when I was taking this off, because you know it's like a Skyline, and if I mess it up I can't just go get parts for it. So I'm not trying to screw this up for Tony, but I think we're pretty close now. Oh, we got it. We're good. We're good. So now that I got the cluster out, I have this diagram that I got off the internet, which is awesome, that it's for an R34 and it's in English also, that tells me that the back of the cluster, what wire goes for the RPM and the speedo signal. So looking at this one and going a few more pages down, pin 6 is for the RPM and pin 19 is for the speedo. I know it's hard for you guys to see, but so on this connector all the way back here, I'm gonna grab pin 6 and pin 19, and we're gonna trace it all the way to the other side where the ECU would be usually for the Skyline, and we're gonna try to grab the wires from there so we can make the connections down there instead of back here on the cluster. All right, so pin number 6 is the 4th one over here from the left side on the top row. So it's a white with black wire, and I have my little probe put in there, and I'm running it to my multimeter, and I'm all the way on the other side. So it might be a little hard to see, but we're on the passenger side of the car now where the ECU would be. And I believe this would be like the dash connector for the R34. And I found a white and black wire, and if I pin it from this side, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my meter is beeping, showing that I have continuity. Hoping that this is going to be the same wire that connects. Hopefully it doesn't connect to anything else that I don't know of. So we're going to back probe this, and we're going to send the tach signal from the igniter chip on the 1JZ to it, and hopefully it reacts on the tachometer on the dash. See how that goes. Alright, so this is the dash connector from the 1JZ harness. At least that's what I assume it is. Wouldn't it be insane if they just plugged into each other? But they don't. I tried. So, instead, we have the green wire coming here to Tony's aftermarket tachometer. And this red wire is Tony's coolant temp gauge that he wired up the other day. So I'm just gonna back probe the green one here, and we're gonna run it to the other our R34 dash. All right, so it's a little messy right here, like always. Black wire, R34 dash, oh sorry, R34 dash connector. Red wire, oops, my light. Red wire running to the signal coming from the 1JZ. And then I have my multimeter just to verify the voltage. So, switch it to on. We're gonna just do the quick push to start. Clutch in, neutral.
Cluster lights come on?
I think so. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? I probably shouldn't rev it yet because it's still cold, but yeah. Look at that. We're at like, I don't know, 900 RPMs. This thing says 740, so maybe that's 740. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. And the lights come on. Isn't that cool? All right, so that's part one, we're done. Now we gotta work on part two, speedometer. Like how we did for the tachometer, I'm over here on pin 19 now. It's an orange wire, and that's for the speedometer signal. So we should be good. So I got my probe in there, run it to my meter, and we're gonna put it on continuity, and I'm gonna try to grab an orange wire over there on that dash connector and see if it's the same wire. Once again, I know it's hard to see with all these wires in the way, but grabbing the R34 dash connector, at least it's what I think it is. And I see an orange wire, so I'm trying to, there it is. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear that beeping, but yeah, should be the same wire. So we're gonna splice into that one and feed it with the Speedo signal.
We're doing that. We're gonna move Kendrick's car out so you can do the speedometer for the kilometers and the speed sensor underneath.
We got Jerry out here. All right, for the next part where we're working on the Speedo now, we got it on the lift so I can get to the bottom where the speed sensor is, so we can hook it up, and then we can also test it while it's on the lift to make sure I got the right wires hooked up. For this next part, we got a Dakota Digital box. It's gonna manipulate the signal, and I also have the connector that goes on the speed sensor. Tony has a transmission that has the electronic speed sensor already on it, so we don't have to worry about converting it from manual. So we got that step all set. In the middle of the floor, because my area is too messy to bring you guys into, I got the wires cut right there. Blue is gonna be the signal for the speed sensor. This connector kit, you have to crimp the terminals onto the wires, but luckily I have this Astro crimping tool that I'm gonna use. So I'll bring you guys along for that. Got the wire here, push the little insulation on. The little tool's messing up, come on, there we go. End stripped off. If you guys never seen this before. The little terminal, the wire, and the insulation in there. Slip that into my little crimp tool. Just gonna crimp down. So you can see the crimp there. It's grabbing onto the wire, it's grabbing onto the insulation. Got my diagram here showing me the connector and what the pins do. So we're gonna push the blue wires, which is my signal. I'm gonna push that into the third one. I already did the red one for practice because I forgot how to to crimp terminals a second ago, but that's good. So we're just gonna push that in to the blue, clicks in, we're good. That's the signal. Do the ground in the middle. One thing I love doing when building like short harnesses or anything like that is to wrap it in some wire loom sleeving. This is the nice stuff that you have to stretch it on, and then like you have to do it now because there's no way to get it on later. So we're gonna do it, keep it protected, make it look nice for under the car. All right, so we're gonna run the wire over the transmission. So that's the routing I want to do. I'm going to zip tie it to the power wire, and then we're going to secure both of them with like a rubber hose or something so they can't really rub through. This is the speed sensor, the electronic speed sensor, which is awesome, but I believe it's actually an ABS sensor, but you know, I'm not a Toyota guy, so I have no idea. So hopefully this plugs in because this is my first time trying this. Ooh, okay, it goes in. No clicking because the actual end is broken off, the little clip part, but you know what? Let's do this for now. Figure out if it works good, and then maybe I'll get Tony to replace the sensor, but you know, I'm just gonna put a zip tie around it. I know it's a little bit messy and you guys might get mad about that, but that's all right, because I'm only testing for right now. I gotta tidy up the wiring and put in like a legit fuse block, so we're gonna do that later. But for right now, let's just test it. So my blue back probe is going into the Skyline cluster, orange wire. That's gonna be the Speedo sensor for the cluster. Coming down here, blue wire, hooked up to the orange wire. That orange wire is running to the Dakota Digital on the out one. The power is going to ECU power that I got for right now, just because it's fused, it's safe. That same power is running to the sensor on the bottom of the car. The ground here is getting grounded to the chassis right there. Sensor ground comes in here from the sensor underneath the car. Signal in, the blue, from underneath the car. All right, we got Tony, the owner of the car. All right, so we're gonna start it up and so we got power here. It shows 1 or whatever. Okay, start it up, let's see what it does. All right. there's a whole bunch of different modes you could use with the Dakota Digital that really I needed the low to high application and to use like the out 3 instead of like the out 1 that I was using. All right, here we go. Got the car on, put it in first. Now it's not set properly, but you can see that it moves. So, yeah. So me and Tony are gonna go for a ride. We're gonna set it properly and we'll go from there.
What's going on, guys? This shit's upside down. It's upside down. Your camera's broken. Anyway, I just got to the shop and my car just died.
There's no memory card in there.
There's no memory card in here?
There's no memory card in there, so you're talking to yourself.
Why'd you not put a memory card in here?
I know, every time I try to use the camera.
Every time you try to use... What are you working on here?
I'm trying to hotwire a car. How that is.
No, I don't take part in criminal activities.
You're like wanted.
Shh.
All right, so we're outside here with Tony.
Here we go.
And we're gonna give it a test. I just downloaded this speedometer app. I put it in kilometers per hour because that's cool. So let's hope it works. Got the Dakota Digital up there. I'm gonna change it while we drive. I should probably put my seatbelt on, but now I notice there is no seatbelts. Tony. All right. The numbers go away. Okay, so what do you got? You got 20 kilometers per hour, but we're only at, focus, 9. So, I'm gonna go down. Is it hard to see? Yeah. We're gonna go down, focus, yeah. So that's like multiplied by 2. The signal is multiplied by 2. Ow, my head. I'm gonna keep going down. Okay, that fender's popping off. I got 18, 17. Tony's got about, oh, the sun. About 20.
Battery died.
You're dead.
Battery died.
You're dead. Could him a bitch. All right. All right, so I got no seatbelt on. This is like so dangerous. All right, so this is like kind of accurate. It's got 0 right now. Tony's at 0. We're doing good, guys. All right. All right. Damn. All right, well, okay, just steady it out for me. It's hard to see for these guys. Is that 50? I got 43, so I'm gonna go ahead and kick it down some more. Oh, we're going to the safe streets. All right, got you. Oh, there goes that fender. All right. It's hard to see. I'm trying to line up both at the same time. 30? 30-ish?
Yeah.
All right, I'm at 25. It's still reading 30. All right. Still going down some then. Oh, oh! All right, 110, 100. 25, 26. You're at 30.
Now we're at 30.
You're at 30?
Yep.
I'm at about 28 right now.
Yeah, it's like 29-ish. Like,
But remember, my phone
Right
could not
there.
be accurate, but yeah. You know,
right
30
there.
and 30.
We're good.
We're so good. All right. Hang it up at, or keep it at 50 and let's see what that reads. If your 50 is my 50. Woo, look at that. Yeah, well.
Well, now you back down. Hold on. All right, so right there is 50.
50? I got 49, so we're good.
All right.
We're way good.
Good enough. Damn.
Woo.
These coilovers are hard.
All right, it's hard to see. It's hard to see because I'm trying to hold it. All right. But that's at like just over 50. I got 52 on here. Dakota Digital's in there. It was set at 109 last. I'm gonna leave it there, but that's pretty good.
Alright, we'll get some Instagram clips. Do it for the cloud.
Hell yeah. The temp sensor is working over there too.
Oh, it is? Hell yeah.
I hooked that up, so we got a 3-for-1 special instead of just a 2-for-1.
Look at that. Everything works on the attack. Or on the gauge cluster, I mean.
Oh, we're gonna die. Woo! Woo! How cool is that?
Oh, dude, that's
Are we
fucking
cool?
awesome. Hell yeah.
We're cool.
Everything works on this shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's just so sick. Oh!
Hell yeah.
60? 60.
Dude, it's so good.
Is it this street? Yeah, right? Maybe? Oh, dude, we're gonna be off.
Oh,
Watch.
I think it's the yellow one.
Fuck it, we're going.
Oh shit! Damn, it sounds like a 1J.
Hell yeah!
Alright.
Damn, new shifter and everything.
Dude, it feels so much better. It's like really hard to shift, but it's not bad. It's way better than before.
Alright.
It was so loose.
It'll probably break in and be good. See, I'm like holding on to the dash because I don't want to die. Yeah. All right. How's the steering feel?
The steering wheel is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
Nice.
the shaking was from not enough air in the tire.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Oh, we'll see when we go down through here. Actually.
Oh, sweet. We're right here. Hell yeah. All right. I'm gonna look left. We're gonna see that there's no cops.
Let's go. Go, 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 go.
All right. Now what's that noise? Hell yeah.
So much, like everything's pretty good. And the shaking actually went away. I just noticed that.
What's shaking? The steering wheel.
Dude, it was like shaking bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was because of the wheel.
Gotcha. Calibrated the speedo. The car drives good. What the hell is going on? It's like not even January yet.
It's too good to be true.
For real. So you guys can see that we made the speedo, the tachometer, and the coolant temp gauge work in the 1J Skyline. Now, you can do this to your car if everything lines up. You know, we had a 6-cylinder chassis and a 6-cylinder motor. Tach signal's the same. Dakota Digital, it worked on us because we had an electronic speed signal and we lined it up with the cluster, it worked, and the coolant temp. They both work off of ground, so we got that to work that way. You might be a little more research for your setup, but it's gonna be fairly similar. If you got a 1J Skyline, you can follow this video exactly and you'll be good.
Hell
All right, guys, so like, comment, subscribe.
Stay tuned for more. Kadeem sold his motor. But if you haven't, we're getting new hoodies. We should have new hoodies already. And get yourself a slap stickers.